So I got the other, I got the rebuild kits in today, guys, and it looks like I got super lucky. This is my piston out of my 16mm Brembo axial. The one on the left is my old O-ring, or a seal, and the one on the right is the new one off of the other thing. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to get that back seal off of there yet, but on the new one that I'm taking the O-ring off of, I'm just going to cut the back of it off to get the O-ring off, like that. That fixes that problem, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stretch it over the other one. See that back section right there? I still got to clean this off. It's got some rust stains on it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that O-ring off of there. This one I can destroy it because it's old, but the new one coming off of the other piston, I don't know if it's going to be stretchy enough to get over. If they stretched it over there before, then I should be able to do it again. So I guess we'll see, and I'll report back in a second. So there it is, guys. I cut the back section off of that right piston to get that seal off. Now I just need to see if I can get this guy off without chewing that piston up. I could technically leave that seal on, but because it's still good, but it's no telling how old it is. If the other one went out, then this one's not far behind. You can see the wear on the skirt there where it looks foggy. Like I said, I'd like to go ahead and put both of them on there. So now let's see if I can get this guy off. Be back in a second. So I chose to carefully cut it off with the razor blade. It was a little hard to get to, but it's a good thing I got it because you can see the corrosion in there. So I'll be able to clean that up. Okay, guys, so this was pretty terrifying. I took that O-ring and used these snap ring pliers. They open, and I used it to stretch it out after I put it in some, the hottest water I get out of the tap to make it a little more pliable. And then I used some dish soap as a lubricant. I pushed this little guy in the vise with some aluminum soft jaws so it wouldn't scratch up the surface. You can see a little bit of aluminum right there, but it actually didn't scratch the coating at all. It's just some aluminum that came off of the little soft jaws, and it was scary as hell, but I was able to stretch it enough with one freaking hand. That's what makes it crappy, is I'm trying to stretch it. If I would have had an extra hand, somebody could have used another pick there at the 12 o'clock position, straight up from where the pliers are, and stretched it in kind of like a tripod shape, and it would have just slid right over. But with two hands, I kind of had to fish it on a little bit sideways and cockeyed and stretch it over and pull it forward and backwards, and finally it kind of dropped in there and it snapped into place. So it looks like this is gonna work. And I got one more O-ring to put on, or seal, and then clean that crap off of there, and I'll be able to put it back together. So give me a few seconds here. Okay, so check it out, guys. There are two different, I didn't notice this at first. Luckily I was able to get that seal back off of the rear there because it was wrong. You see this one in the back here on the right, that goes in the rear, and you can see it's got a different profile. This front one has those little divots in it at the bottom. That's your front sealing piston that goes on the front. Sorry about all the shaking. So if you do something like this, I'll put the part numbers up in case you guys need to do something like this at some point. But definitely pay attention to those, because they are a different shape, and you can clearly see the profiles on those. So give me a second. So there it is, guys. I got them back on the right place now. Front clips in. I use the assembly lube that they send in a little package here to get that back on there. Now let me see if it'll slide in. So there it is, guys. I had to, you know, just kind of wiggle it in a little bit and kind of push it to the sides, because since the seal is kind of flared out a little bit, you have to kind of do a little fishing with it. But it went in. It's got a good little bit of resistance, so I think this is going to be good. And I did polish the inside of that cylinder with some Flitz metal polishing stuff. First it was too shiny, and then I used like the coarsest grade of paint polishing compound I could get, and that left a little bit of a crosshatch in there. But either way, it should have no problem sealing. So let me get the rest of this done real quick. Okay guys, so there it is. All I'm waiting for now is the little reservoir adapter, that 90-degree nipple there. The other one, it looked like it had a crack in it or something, so I went ahead and tried to take it out, but they're almost impossible to remove without destroying them. So I destroyed the one that was on there. I had to order another one. But just in case any of you guys have to do this, you know, or you want to rebuild one of these old 16 millimeter brake axial master cylinders, they don't make a rebuild kit for it as far as I know. And the only thing that you need actually is the seals, and they are exactly the same as they are for, well, I think this might be the first generation radial 16 millimeter pc16 or pr16 is what this rebuild kit is for. It's for a pr16 radial. There's your part number, 610418818A, and only thing you would need out of here would be the seals, and you can put them on your psc16 gold. So that's that. I'm just waiting for that one piece, and now I've got I actually bought 3 sets, so I've got 2 rebuild sets for future, and I think they were like 13 bucks a piece, so not a bad deal. And now I know I've got spare parts. Thanks for watching.